And we're live. Out of curiosity, I was looking this up not long ago. What actor do you think has been in the highest grossing films? Like his library of films is the
Samuel L.
highest.
Jackson
ever.
is the answer.
It's wrong.
Wait, net or like on average?
Collectively.
Leonardo
How
DiCaprio.
How can it not be Sam Jackson?
Okay, well, hold on. Who was in?
It'll make sense if I give you the answer.
What about the Harry Potter guy, Daniel Radcliffe? Does that add up to be enough?
Let me see if he's even.
trying to
He's not
think
in the top 20.
What
No,
are the
he's not.
top biggest
He's nowhere.
movies?
He's nowhere near it because the Marvel. Sam.
Oh,
Jackson
Marvel. Yeah.
Sam Jackson is in almost every Marvel movie, and he's.
Okay, well then it's Robert Downey Jr.
It's not Robert Downey
It
Jr.
can't be Robert Downey Jr. If it's not.
He's
if it's not Sam
sixth.
Jackson.
What?
Who is it? I gotta know.
Wait,
Stan
no,
Lee.
Stan.
he's dead. Doesn't count.
There's no way. There's no way that's true.
Stan Lee is in every Marvel movie. Stan Lee makes a cameo in every Marvel movie. That's why.
But those are the only movies he's in. Whereas Sam Jackson did every Marvel movie plus 500 more.
Every Marvel movie, though. Where's Samuel Jackson in Guardians of the Galaxy? Where's Samuel Jackson in Thor? Where's Samuel Jackson? Stan Lee's in all those films.
You would imagine that, like,
Shit.
Is
Sam Jackson second?
Yes.
Yeah.
Third, I didn't pick Frank Welker.
I don't even know who that is.
His top film was Transformers. He's been in 112 films. That's why he is such a high thing. John Ratzenberger is fourth. He's been in 50 films, but his top one is Incredibles 2. Bob Bergen is fifth. Minions is his top film.
You should have like a cutoff.
I guess if you do that Pixar shit, like that's kind of cheating, though.
Dude, so if you look at this list, Marvel wrecks it. So this is the top 20. I'm going to go through it really quickly. Robert Downey Jr. 6th. Warwick Davis. It's a Star Wars dude. Yeah, he's 7th. Alan Tudyk from Frozen. But then here we go. Scarlett Johansson, Andy Serkis, another Star Wars. Paul Bettany, Chris Evans, Don Cheadle, Zoe Salada, that's Avatar. Dwayne Johnson, Benedict Cumberbatch, Jon Favreau, Jeremy Renner, Idris Elba, and Gwyneth Paltrow. Of this 20, like 13 of them are Marvel people.
Yeah.
The top grossing ever.
Yeah. And it makes sense because not only are they incredibly popular, but there's just, I think there's, off the top of my head, I think there's 28 films, like roughly. Like I think it's approaching 30.
Yeah. Warwick Davis.
Now the TV shows.
The how?
That one is listed as dubious. And it's something to do with him getting credit for Time Bandits and Size Matters Not, but maybe he's not in those.
Oh, he was in Harry Potter also. So you got some credit there, I'm sure.
Okay.
Those are big
But there's
ones.
only 8 Harry Potter movies, and they weren't like wildly successful. They weren't making $1 billion a pop.
Really? Maybe I'm misremembering. I thought they were like challenging at the time, like what, Avatar or Titanic? I guess it wasn't Avatar. It'd be like
I think they did really well. I think they were number one, those years, but I just don't think they made billions of dollars. Like these movies, these Marvel movies now are like $1 billion is like the benchmark almost. Like if you make $1 billion, that's like the bottom. It's like, all right, you got to $1 billion. I guess you can get a sequel
on a Marvel. I guess you can get a sequel.
I guess we'll do another one. But like the big ones are doing like $1.5 billion or something. I think I don't really pay
$2
attention
even.
anymore.
I think some of them make $2
like
billion.
with Avengers.
Yeah.
How does Avatar win all the way back from 2009? That movie just wasn't that good. Like I don't even remember.
Sure? I can tell you why it did so well. 3D technology was a really big deal, and everyone wanted to go try it.
Yeah, that makes total sense in retrospect. That's why I saw it.
Okay,
like, I don't know about this, but
I didn't
see dragons.
It was a good enough movie, but really it was the 3D thing that we were all hearing about, and people wanted to try it.
So they're James Cameron, so that's his thing. No, wait, isn't it?
Yeah, it's James Cameron.
Yeah, and he also made Titanic, which is
wild. He's 2/3 of the top 3. Good for him. If only he made Avengers Endgame, he'd have he's one of those directors who's like he's made some of my favorite things of all time, but then he's just made garbage for like the last 10, 15 years or something like that. It's been very upsetting. He plans on making not one more Avatar movie, not 2 more. I think it's like 4 or 5 more Avatar movies that are in the works.
I kind of like that he did that deal. He's like, look, Avatar is the highest grossing movie of all time. It might be second now, but that's when he made the deal. I think it was one. And he's like, so I want a deal that makes 6 more movies or 5 more movies. That's smarter than like, hey, let's make 2 and see how it does. Nah, he locked in everything he wanted out of the Avatar series based on the success of one movie, which I think the sales numbers just don't correspond to how good the movie was or how important the movie was. They outstrip it.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that Matt Damon got offered 10% of the profits for Avatar if he would star in it, and he turned it down.
What?
Yeah.
Profits in Hollywood, though, are sketchy.
Oh, yeah. They'll like lie about not making the money. And so, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if he made a terrible decision. But
yeah, of course, there's probably some loophole that his agent or some attorney is like, sounds good, don't do that. Like,
yeah. Turns out Avengers Endgame not profitable.
Yeah, sorry, Matt.
In sales.
the Avatar series made $65.
Yeah, that's true. It seems like every actor has a story about that. How like, yeah, but Star Wars turns out hasn't made money yet. Like,
yeah.
Like, it may have been gross. It was a cool deal, you know. And of course, Sean Connery with Lord of the Rings, they wanted him to play Gandalf, and they were gonna. It was another one of those 10% deals or something like that. It was a big percentage of.
I don't know what his deal was, but Tom Cruise turned down Iron Man. You know this story.
Thank God he did not play Gandalf. Jesus, that would have been horrible if Sean Connery. Have you seen 2 hobbits fucking around, not taking the ring where I told them to go?
What about very old French?
Fly away, you fucking idiots! I have to fight the Balrog down in the depths, you know.
You don't think
Arwen, I'm not gonna not hit you just because you're a lady.
You don't think he could do a good job? He couldn't be a Gandalf.
It would have been so distracting. Maybe it's because it's like solidified in my head that Ian McKellen is Gandalf.
He's so good.
Ian McKellen is just a better actor.
He's a better actor.
Sean Connery. Sean Connery plays different variations of Sean Connery.
Yeah, I agree with that. Look no further than that Highlander movie that I always make fun of, where for some reason he plays a Spaniard with a Scottish accent. His name's Ramirez.
I'm not changing my accent. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Right.
And the worst part about it is like, all right, that's the character that he's the age for, and he's a big star, and we've got him. Mm-hmm. But his co-star is Scottish. Like his co-star is like the character that he's playing with. That's a Scottish character who also cannot do a Scottish accent because he's Belgian or something like that. He's like Dutch or whatever. And so you've got like a Dutchman playing a Scotsman and a Scotsman playing a Spaniard. It
was like the beginning of a joke.
Co-starring. and like neither one of them can do the correct accent. You would think Sean Connery could like coach him up on Scottish.
Yeah.
It distracts me when there's a whole cast of unknown actors and then like a Matt Damon or a Sean Connery or something. It's like, look, you're either bringing in new guys or you're not. You can't just have Robert Downey Jr. and then Taylor and I star in a film.
That is so true, because it'll be like the beginning of the zombie movie and it's all the no names like, we gotta get out of here, we gotta get out of here. And then like Tom Cruise pulls up in a wagon. It's like, get in. It's like, oh, all right, I know who the hero is now. I know I know who cannot possibly be killed.
This zombie movie, a bunch of nobody actors. Matt Damon pops on the scene, kills 3 zombies, says, how you like them apples? And then you're like, oh, but that's from the Boston thing. Fuck this.
You like them apples. He's like out and out saying like, I was also in The Departed.
That's Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. No, he was in The Departed, right? No.
He was, but the line is from Good Will Hunting. How do you like them apples?
My bad. I am interested looking at this like list of top actors. There is no fucking way that Warwick Davis is 7. There's just no.
It was listed as dubious on the thing.
What have you been in, little man?
Was he? Let's look.
His
Wikipedia page isn't super helpful.
No, it's not. Oh, it even says he's like, my hips are dislocated. very painful knees. That's got to be super rough. Not only are like you short, but your body just like falls apart. Being a dwarf is such a difficult life to lead. Think about that.
Wait, who are we talking about? Is Warwick
Davis? Yeah, he's do you know in Harry Potter that little guy that teaches one of the classes?
Oh, Professor Flitch or something like that. Yeah, yeah, I know that. Something like that. He teaches like he was the one that was teaching it.
Teaches ghouls.
Flitwick or something like.
Can you show that picture out loud?
Yeah, yeah, I remember the character now. I remember him like teaching Ron Wingardium Leviosa. The levitation spell.
Is that it? I thought the guy who died, who always talked like this, was the one who taught him like the death spell. Is that not?
The
one with the black hair who spoke slowly.
You're talking about Professor Snape.
Yes, he was one I liked him. He and then the guy who lives in the woods doing his own thing. Hagrid. Those were the two top characters.
Yeah.
Harry wasn't bad.
Yeah, Radcliffe was great.
Yeah, he's a great actor. Like I was like, have you noticed that like Elijah Wood and Daniel Radcliffe both starred in an enormous fantasy series around the same time, the biggest blockbusters like almost of that decade. And now if you want to find fucking Elijah Wood or Daniel Radcliffe, you have to watch the most weird out there indie movies, and it's great.
You know why?
Like it's cool that they're like, I'm just doing this now. Like I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. I got Lord of the Rings money. I got Harry Potter money.
Yeah.
Does this script seem cool? No, then I'm not doing it. What, this one? It's going to have a $600,000 budget. Okay, this seems dope though. I'm doing it.
Yeah, I think that's intentional. I think that those guys, they're actual actors. Like they're not like some people aren't like real actors. They're just kind of like celebrities. But then there's actors, and I think both of those guys are actors, and they have plenty of money. They're like set.
Yeah,
and they really want to like work on the like weird projects that speak to them. And while almost none of them appeal to me, so I don't watch them, I do appreciate it. But
that one guy,
the guy that plays Snape is Alan Rickman, one of my favorite actors ever. Like he's the bad guy in Die Hard, and like he elevates Die Hard above like a dumb popcorn action movie, like and makes it like, I don't know, one of the best action movies ever. It's great.
So Warwick Davis has been in all 8 Harry Potter movies, and they almost average $1 billion. And he's been in 4 Star Wars movies. So that's why, it's not like he's carrying any of those films, but that's why his numbers are so high.
Who does he play? Yoda?
I don't know.
Yoda's all CGI, man.
Oh yeah,
Woodbin. I don't know who Woodbin is.
The original Yoda was that wasn't a guy. That was a puppet, right?
That was a puppet. Yeah.
He played Wicket. Woodbin, is he a different person in every fucking Star Wars?
Anytime they got a little critter that they need a guy in a suit for, I think.
Oh, he was the Ewok, right? No, I'm serious. They did use a little.
I'm looking at the role. He played Wicket, Weasel. Boom. He played Wolverine and Wald. He is a different character every Star Wars. I don't know who these people are.
I recognize the Ewok, and I don't know the other two.
And he was also in the Han Solo movie.
Well, good for him, man.
That little guy.
Rich as can be.
I bet he wants to just end it all on a daily basis.
No. I bet he's got a super comfortable life. Other than like health problems associated with
and like getting into chairs and stuff.
Dude, you can afford little chairs.
You keep putting it all like money's the only dude. Money doesn't fix his problems.
One of us has to be glass half full here,
Okay.
I was like, don't get me wrong, I'd hang myself with a really, really long rope.
You hang yourself off like the refrigerator door.
Yeah. Go full David Carradine with it. Just tie it to the doorknob and just.
That poor guy, David Carradine. Now the only thing he will ever be remembered for is the autoerotic asphyxiation thing.
Yeah. Also, I watch Red Letter Media, RLM, one of my favorite YouTube channels. God, I would love to go on their show someday. They did a thing recently where they were making fun of this. I think it's called Wheel of the Worst. It's one of those things where they like shit on the worst movies ever made, and they watch them and then they review them and they show lots of clips from them. And it's not always movies. Sometimes it's just videos. And the thing they shit on recently was this promo like infomercial that David Carradine is in right before he died, or like right before Kill Bill, like right around that time. So he looks like Kill Bill, Dave Carradine, and it looks like the product looks like you took a piece of garden hose about yay long that's got a little bend in it, and then you just like do this with it as an exercise. You just like flip it around, and like even in like the promo, like David Carradine like drop it every now and then, and he just goes, "What do you want me to do? It's stupid." And he's just like, but they're like, yeah, you're just free to. I used to do weights, and I used to do like cardio and stuff, but it's so rigid. It really locks you into like one movement, one position. Whereas this piece of nonsense, I can just flow. I can flow. And they're just
how is this a workout? He's just kind of going like this with it, like he's like conducting or casting a spell.
It's not a workout. It's not.
It
would be a good workout.
Why would you
a good workout
if
partner like
Carradine?
If you're like 85 years old plus, this is the workout for you, right? It's probably good for joint mobilization, like getting a little blood pumping, but not like giving you a heart attack. Like those guys can't jog. Like he's just staying active. He's moving around, getting you moving.
He's doing the workout in his backyard in jeans.
Yeah. Do you notice the dog walks away at one point out of shame?
They just can't but who was selling this piece of shit? And they're like, David Carradine.
That's kind of like they did a deep dive on this, and like technically no one was selling it. So their best guess about the genesis of that whole video is that it's some sort of money laundering scheme where they were like, yeah, we spent $500,000 on this promotional video and the product just sank. So, that's where all the money went. Wait, you spent $500,000 on this? Yes, we did. Because like, they never, how like promos are. It's the shake weight, the shake weight, the shake weight, the shake weight. Like brand recognition is it's important. Tybo. Like they're hammering the name of the product home every second. They never mention the name of this product in the whole of the video, which leads me to believe they never built a product. This was never on the air. This is more like the video that you get with the product to teach you to use it. It's just nonsense. But yeah, poor David Carradine, best known, probably for younger audiences, like people listening, as Bill from Kill Bill. But for me, I grew up watching Kung Fu, so it was like I loved Kung Fu. I'm like, what's his name from Office Space, or when Jennifer Aniston's like, I love Kung Fu. I remember the first time I watched, I was like, me too. Like maybe me and Jennifer Aniston would get along. Because like I really did love Kung Fu as a kid. I watched Kung Fu: The Legend Continues like later on. I was into that shit. But poor David Carradine. He's often on Best of the Worst because in his later career, like mid of his career, like maybe like 80s and 90s, he was an alcoholic, like a severe alcoholic, and he drank on set. So you can tell he's visibly drunk in the movies, and he's slurring his words sometimes. He's in these like low budget movies, and it's obvious. He's like, I don't know where we're gonna go. Like he's drunk. He's drunk in the movie, and he's not supposed to be drunk in the movie. You know what I mean? Like he's driving. He's driving in the movie, and he's drunk.
Where do you want to go?